this is written this way, but I don't think it's going to work out. I think we should change it. Do you have that kind of conversation?
So many times.
You do?
Yeah, but I don't change.
You enjoy both.
You don't have any.
You don't have an option. That's true.
I believe that the film I make should first appeal to the connoisseur in me. And then you hope that your aesthetics are in tune with what the audience wants.
See, I used to do like 37 films in
Yeah.
a year, or 25
Wow.
films, 15 films. Out
You
of
don't even
15
have
films-
time.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
The one thing that people are talking about is Empuraan. The other thing people are talking about is your film with Mr. Rajamouli.
Nobody is talking about my film.
Everybody is talking about
Nobody
it.
is talking.
Everybody is talking about it. And today I'm going to be having a conversation with two people who've changed the face of Indian cinema. Presenting Mohanlal sir and Prithviraj Sukumaran. What's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you.
Mohanlal sir, I want to ask you this. 4 decades, 400 films. Today, when a script comes to you, what is that one thing that you look for in the script?
Definitely the story and my part and the director. It's a combination of so many things. Sometimes I'll be correct. Sometimes.
But that's
it doesn't happen.
life,
That's
of an
fine.
actor.
But nowadays I do more of our own production films. So we have the liberty, we have the freedom to choose. Otherwise, from the beginning, we don't have that chance to select films. We don't have choices.
Yeah.
So if you ask me what is the correct answer I can give for your question, I don't know.
You don't know
I
the answer.
It's
That's
just
fine.
happening.
Yeah, but that is also films, right, Prithviraj sir? That with cinema, what you see on script, sometimes it may transpire, sometimes it may not transpire, and that's the logic of making films, because nobody sets out to make a bad film. Everybody sets out to make a good film, right? By the way, the trailer looks fab.
Thank you.
It looks brilliant. Now, the kind of fan following the first part had, all of us saw, okay, the madness that Lucifer created. Now, when you're making the second part, how do you cut yourself out from the noise and the chaos that is around the second part and be like, hey, I want to focus on a good story? Because I'm sure when you started off with part one, you wanted to just narrate a good story, and then it became what it became. So how do you cut yourself off?
How, I don't know, but a process that I very stringently and studiously follow is that I believe that the film I make should first appeal to the connoisseur in me. You know? And then you hope that your aesthetics are in tune with what the audience wants.
Yeah.
So again, for me, Empuraan right now is a film that works for me.
Yeah.
I think the film works for me as a connoisseur. How objective I can be about my own film, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I hope that what I've seen and liked, people also will see and like.
Yeah.
I can't let the expectations or the noise around a film like this, which I totally understand, guide or push me in directions while making the film.
Makes sense.
When I'm making the film, I'm just only focused on what is written on paper, how I conceive that, and how I have seen the film.
Yeah.
Everything from there on, cinema in itself is an abstract art. So
True.
everything from there on is just you hoping that, okay, you've sort of thought of it in the right way, and what you assumed is appealing eventually turns out to be appealing. That's
Yeah.
all I'm hoping for.
But as actors, I want to ask both of you all this. Once you all give so much to a project, right? It's technically hard work, blood, sweat, all of that. When is that moment for you guys that you'll realize, hey, now cut off? Let's move on to next. When do you all realize that?
For me, it's on the 26th evening. When we have finished the final round of promotions, that's it. Now
It's easy for you to cut off though?
Yeah, because Lal sir, it'll be even easier for Lal sir. He's done this for 47 years now.
Exactly.
I have done this now for 23, 24 years.
Yeah.
So it's, it's relatively easy for me also now, because I also truly think that it's very important in cinema to be disassociated with the results.
Yeah.
Be it either way, success or failure.
Yeah.
You can't just hang on to it for too long. So you have to be really aware of the fact that by the 26th evening, you've finished all that you can do for the film. You've made the film, you've promoted the film, now you're putting it out in the theaters.
Now it's their destiny. What about you, sir?
Same, because the promotion, such kind of things are happening in the recent years.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we don't have a choice also. When the film is getting released, then that day only we'll come to know about
Yeah.
the film. Same.
Same is for you.
But now we have a lot of options. You can bring out the trailer, teaser, such kind of interviews. So, as Priti said, I believe in success and I believe in failures. Because a good script, sometimes a good script, when after the film was shot, it will turn as bad.
Yeah,
So there is a horoscope for every film, I believe.
that is true.
Same. So as he said, the 26th, 27th after the release, we cannot correct it.
Yeah,
So much before that, we have to do a lot of things for the film. And if I cannot do that, then how can you correct it?
That's true.
So, as a success, definitely we'll enjoy. Failure also. In my perspective, I enjoy both.
You enjoy both.
You don't have any.
You
other
don't have an
choice.
option. That's true. That is absolutely true. Do you remember the first time you tasted failure? And probably because also it was very new for you. You didn't know how to deal with it, and you've of course figured it out. But do you remember that time, first time?
Something like that. See, I used to do like 37 films in
Yeah.
a year, or 25
Wow.
films, 15 films. Out
You
of
don't even
15
have
films-
time
Yeah.
Imagine.
to
10
comprehend your
films
success
will
or
be
failure.
success. So I didn't have the time to think about failure.
Yeah, makes sense. You had a fanboy moment recently with Rajinikanth sir. He saw the trailer way before us. Okay. So when you're showing a trailer of your own baby to a veteran like that, okay, how do you receive whatever comes with it?
I mean, whatever it is, I mean, for me, regardless of what he said,
Huh.
for me, my happiness quotient was complete for when I could actually show it to him. What
Yeah.
happened after that is completely bonus.
Yeah.
So I was in Chennai, they're finishing up the post production,
Uh-huh.
and I've always wanted to sort of show him my work, more so because I had the opportunity to make a film with Rajini sir.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I could not come up with a subject that I thought was worthy of him at that time because I was busy with setting up this project.
Okay.
So I mean, I always wanted to sort of show him when this film is ready. I wanted to show him. So
Yeah.
Soundarya as a friend. So I called Soundarya and said, "Listen, I'm in Chennai, and I'd love to come and show Rajini sir the trailer." And she's the one who facilitated it. She's the one who made it possible. So Rajini sir invited me home. I went home morning 8:45. I was there.
Wow.
And he came down and he took me inside. He watched the trailer. He told me to play it once again. He watched it again. Then he watched it once more. And whatever he told me and he spoke to me, I'll never forget. And he told me, call Lal. And then spoke to him. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to teleport you back in 1993. There's this film that released back then in Malayalam cinema. It was called Mani Chitratal. Okay. And ever since then, that film changed a lot for everybody. Okay. There were remakes that were made in different cinemas. Back then, when you were even doing that film, did you even have the slightest of hint that what we're doing is very different and a lot of people are going to remake this film and then there are going to be sequels of those films? Did you know all of this back then?
No, nothing. But we were very sure it's a beautiful script. And that film was shot with the different directors.
Yeah.
Fasil, Priyadarshan, Sibi, and Mr. Lal and Siddhi. So it was a beautiful combination, and they all want to bring the film the maximum they can.
Yeah.
So it's one of the best scripts and best moments in the film industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we never thought it will definitely remake. That time, so many films were remade, but Manichitra Thar was not an easy film to remake.
That is true.
But when they remade the film in different language, they shifted the story.
A lot.
Because to bring out that kind of effort is not an easy thing.
Easy thing. That is so true. But kudos to you because you've been part of so many films that have actually shifted gears for Indian cinema, and the credit for that goes to you. So kudos to you for that. Coming to you, last year there was a film that released, The Goat Life. What a fab subject. And because I remember the last time we spoke, the one thing that you said, it was one of the most difficult films that you've shot. Okay. After an actor goes through that, okay, and especially a subject like that, how do you reinvent yourself yet again? Because what happens with the audience is, right, they have this mentality that, okay, this is the max we've seen this actor do. So how do you constantly end up finding a subject that, hey, you know what, you put me in a box, I'm going to come out of that and create another box that you'll try putting me in. How do you do that?
Which is why the process of surrendering to your director is very, very important. Because an actor seems and feels different in different films. because the directors of those films see the actor differently.
Yeah.
So and it's a lesson that I've learned from him as well, that
Yeah.
however skilled you are as an actor, or however gifted you are as an actor, your biggest victory will always happen when you completely surrender yourself to the directors and the writer's vision.
Yeah.
It may turn out either way,
Yeah.
depending on how good or bad the director is, but that's the only option and choice you will have to make as an actor, that you completely surrender to the director's vision. So what I see in him as an actor might not be what the next director sees in him as an actor star.
Yeah.
Might not be what a third director sees in him as an actor star. So what happens is, when you surrender to each of these visions, you come across different in each of these films.
Yeah.
So right after Aadijeevitham, I did a comedy called Guruvayur Ambalanadayil,
Yeah.
which was a smash hit in Kerala.
Yeah.
And again, I just completely surrendered to Vipin Das, the director's vision of what he saw in me for that character.
Yeah.
It's the same. So I'm going to keep doing the same, and I'm just going to keep hoping that I just get to work with directors with great visions.
Yeah. Beautiful. Coming back to you, sir, to what he said right now, right? That you have to completely surrender to the director. But as an actor who's especially worked in so many films, do you ever not feel, or do you ever do this, that, probably a scene is written a certain way and you walk up to your director and be like, hey, this is written this way, but I don't think it's going to work out. I think we should change it. Do you have that kind of conversation?
So many times.
You do?
Yeah, but I don't change. We'll feel, why this shot? Why this scene? And we'll have a small discussion. If he's very particular on that thing, I'll say, okay.
Yeah.
As he said, that is, once you committed to a project, then you cannot go and
Back out from it.
Yeah. Okay, back out. So there are directors, sometimes it's a unknown chemistry. We'll sing with that director.
Yeah.
And a couple of times we had some problems also. That's to be very frank. And those films, the result of the films are pretty bad also.
Yeah.
It is not my vision. It is a totality of the film.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it will happen.
Yeah.
What you can do. This is we call it as a film making. This is something you are making.
Yeah.
It's a congress of so many people, and we are making something. We are building something.
Yeah.
So you need a beautiful foundation. From that, there should be an architect. So that is it is a congress of so many people and so many things together.
Yeah.
So definitely, sometimes failure. Definitely, you expect the failure and do it. And enjoy the result. Success.
But as artists today, when do you all know that, hey, this script is not working out now? But of course, you have to continue with it, to what he said. But when do you realize that this is not going as per plan, but we have to go with it because we can't back out? When do you know?
It happens. It's happened multiple times to me, and if it's happened multiple times to me, it must have happened so many times
To him, of course.
Yeah, so that you join a film, you start shooting, and a couple of days into the shoot, you realize, oh, this is not going where I thought it would. But then you switch to your professional mode. You are still committed as a professional to turn up on time, finish the film, still listen to the director's vision, still do your best to make the director happy, and you do your job. But that's the sad part of this job, that sometimes you end up doing something that you're not fully happy with. But you have to always remember you're also a professional. You're not just an artist, you're a professional artist.
Yeah, makes sense. When do you realize on a film that, hey, not working out the way I thought this would? Is it on the script level? Is it on the first day of the shoot?
No. Sometimes the script will be perfect.
Yeah, okay.
The making of the film. If you do a film, the making. There are kind of demands. For a film, you have to do like this. If you overpower the film, it will kill the film. Because even with the shot, with the gadget, with the making. So sometimes it will happen. And what to do, as he said, we have to be with the. So there is nothing to call a pinpoint or a particular time. Maybe a couple of days we'll know.
Yeah.
Okay, my God, this is going to be not in our direction, or it's sailing to another island. So we have to sail with that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
The last two coming your way, guys. Of course, you're in, the one thing that people are talking about is Empuraan. The other thing people are talking about is your film with Mr. Rajamouli.
Nobody's talking about my film.
Everybody is talking about
Nobody's
it.
talking.
Everybody is talking about it. No, but I want to ask you this. That when you work with him, okay, what is that one thing that you've probably realized till now that, bro, he's such a perfectionist in this? Is there something?
You know, I understand that since all the stills and the video and all is out, I mean,
Yeah.
I can no longer tell you that I went sightseeing to Orissa with Mahesh Babu. I did not. But I would love to talk about the film in detail, especially about the experience of working with him and all that, once the makers themselves officially put out something about
sense.
the film. So post that,
Absolutely.
let's meet and speak in detail about the film.
Makes sense. So the last one coming your way. 7 years ago, there was this song that I was hooked onto, which was Jimikki Kammal. That song came out and I went crazy about it for 3 months. I was listening to it continuously. Okay. Did you know back then again, a song like this will make the entire nation crazy? No.
How can you predict? This is happening. Like we never. Okay, this is going to be one of the biggest hits. You cannot make a song you cannot make a film. It's a happening.
Yeah. Makes sense. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. This was my time with you guys. All the very best for your
Thank
film.
you so much.
Like I said, the trailer looks fab. And this one, I don't know why, it just gives me Game of Thrones vibe set in modern world. So I love that. All the very
observation.
best.
Yeah,
All
thank
the
you-
very
thank you
best
so
for the
much.
film. Hoping to see you guys super
Thank you.
soon. Till then, this one is a wrap.